7 o'clock West Coast American Standard Time. We've had some good lives, man. 900 plus views. You know, lives going an hour plus. Good feedback, which is what makes the lives brag. So, we'll take that. Obviously being homeless day 4 is rough, but it's part of the folklore. You live and learn. And so you live and learn, right? And so we've been practicing our most recent fire, getting ready to perform, being homeless, getting drunk, looking for a place to have a bond tract with the Portland NBA Trailblazers or any other pro basketball place in a nation that has some fine women, you know. So we're just out here getting drunk, bro, doing things, trying to stay active. And so that's what it comes down to, recruiting wise, active, promoting, marketing, upselling, all active, right? If you want G John's lore, folklore, you go to the G John's Reddit, that's third party. Or you go to the Fine Women Reddit Instagram, right? And that's us, right? That's 7,000 posts, 10 years, It started in 2016, but all that footage is from 2014 till now. And so, yeah, we started it 8 years ago, but it's 10 years worth of footage, 7,000 posts, you know. So that's where you can get the folklore. Obviously, watch all the Judases. We've had probably between 14 and 18 Judases. The most recent would be Super Handles, you know. And that's fine, the whole family blocked. And we got them paid. So we got them paid. That we did our due diligence, right? If people want to be sadistic, they're allowed to be sadistic, right? And so we're gonna keep rapping and playing basketball, right? In Beaverton, Oregon. Talking to women, recruiting dimes. Kicking ass on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of the platforms, right? World Star Hip Hop messaged us and then bullshitted us. Fucking bullshit. It's c'est la vie, you know. Getting drunk. Obviously, the feedback makes the lives brag. Some people just sit here and lurk, like people from Oregon. People, my own family, my own friends, just lurking. They lurk. 6 people here now. The feedback is what makes the lives brag. So, either way, talking to dimes, bro. That's what we're here to do. We'll see if the live gets humping. But that last live was pretty active. We had trolls in here. We had subscribers. We had new people in the live center, scroll center. So that's the good part. Obviously, being homeless has been disappointing, but the way that we've been able to operate on YouTube the last 4 days has been productive, because man, we got to go viral, recurring viral. Being famous is one thing, but we got to go recurring viral, and that's the difficult part. And so, we've been practicing our most recent slap. Goes hoes jock that. It's about to begin. About to rip the whole shit from the gun to the end. After that, we're rating women from a 1 to a 10. Thanks for sending instrumentals like Repenting of Sin. We forgive, for you know what you do. Locals deal with Garrett Johnson, gonna take the whole crew. We're going all the way through. This is the start of the queue. Yeah. Now we're gonna bust a few. Rhyme these rodents, feel it from the head to the shoe. Yeah. Yeah, bro, you're right about that. We do need a bond tract. Urgent, man. It is so urgent, bro. Yeah, it is really urgent. Now it's always been okay. People pay us and women, walking with the work feet off the ground like we're swimming. Reflected limelight, locals act like it's dimming. This is so important, bro. It's the bombment we're pinning. You're talking to the boy by every measure is winning. Francis Gary Johnson pimpin' stunning. He's a showy one. Oregon females texting pimpin', texting like they're voting, son. Get the pip. Oregon females texting pimpin', texting like they're voting, son. Pimpin' on the microphone and podium. In the state of Oregon where they're saltier the sodium. Pimpin' cause the flow is all that. Nickelodeon. And then some. Holding all you boys for ransom. One snow bunny. Turn all you niggas into Klansmen. It's fandom. Go make a trio or a tandem. Steal it off on the Phoenix. You better land 'em. You better land 'em. Leave your wife at the home. In that vagina and dome. It's the Messiah. You're so frightening. My words burn through the air more the hand lightening. Get pimping on stage and it's so tight to be. Been a minute that you boys are white men to me. After this, you boys are gonna, be hurting. When you represent the town full of Caucasian vermin. For 100 USD, shit, you're preaching their sermon. Go ahead and get a word in. Okay, sit back. Think about it. Maybe you should quit rap. In the state of Oregon, know exactly where the hit's at. This is that. Get your spirit and fear it. You bust back by 80 people gonna hear it. Bop, concentrate upon your day job. It's the flow initiating layoffs. Emo rappers holocausted. First by pimping, then their managers and bosses. The Northeast gang has lost it. Out here on the west side, west side, west side. Take your work and toss it. Da 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 da. Burns a bit. In the 503, yeah. We know who's earning it. Sent your partners at the boy, they got it wrapped up like a tourniquet. Obviously they heard of it. My brother's gonna get you, Garrett. Well, then post it and share it. Let you boys have the V. Go declare it. Super handles gear. You all know that we wear it. Then ask us to spit. So glad that we waited. Look what happened to 6 Oregon guys decapitated. G. Johnson on. Yeah, bro. So 26 people leave your wife at the home at 7:02 West Coast American Standard Time is a strong life. You know, whether that's people from the scroll center on the news feed for lives, are they scrolling or are they subscribers that are just, watching from the shadows but again, the feedback makes the lives brack. Obviously we go really hard, but it's good to interact. Feedback makes the lives brack. And we respond to 90% of comments. 90% of comments and 99% of sincere feedback. So, 8 minutes in, it got up to 26, down to 16. So, we can live with that, but we are moving traffic. That's what we're here for. Promote, market, and upsell a product, recruit dimes. That's all it is, man. So, 20 people. If they give us 20 people, that means it's like multiple times better than Instagram. Instagram be bullshitting at a ridiculous rate. Instagram be bullshitting so hard, man. We'll vote for Trump. Yeah, we'll vote for Trump, man. Appreciate that Harris is mixed. We do appreciate that, but you can only laugh and giggle so much. There's real problems. There is some real problems. You can only laugh and giggle so much. We do like, obviously we do like mixed people in general, but we're voting for Trump. He has the same way that if you needed to choose between a plumber, you would go with the guy that you think is more proficient, right? And so Trump is more proficient than Harris, realistically speaking, you know. Let's laughing and giggling is, fine in day-to-day American bullshit, like if you're an HR manager, you know. So again, Caleb, thank you for asking. But, when there's a job that needs to be done, you just go with the most able guy, and that's Trump. So let him do his thing, White people are going to be racist. By the time a white person is, about 24 and a half, and they realize what they need to do to succeed in life, there's just a real high probability they're going to be racist. So we have to think in terms of, what is best for just the whole nation in general. We can think economically. McDonald's be $14. McDonald's be $14. So we gotta. McDonald's be $14. Like literally. That means it's economic. So yeah, Trump's got to come in and revamp the economy, do what he did back in whenever that was. When did Trump get in office? When was that? Bro, when was Trump president? If so, 2020. So Biden got in 20. Oh, was it that long ago? Oh my gosh. It was that, and we voted for him last time too. Now that in 2016 we voted for Hillary. But in 2020 we voted for Trump when he got beat. But yeah, so yeah, you just gotta go with the economy is the, like obviously, it sucks that there's so many racist people in the United States. If it's almost like the white people default to that in their adulthood, like almost like as a mechanism for success, but there's worse things, right? There's violence, there's the threat of violence, there's theft, there's the threat of theft, there's starvation, there's inclement weather, the threat of weather. That's worse than racism. If the elements are gonna kill you, So there's worse things. If we sat down, we actually made a list about a few years ago, probably 5 years back, about maybe 4 or 5 years back, about things that are worse. The most pressing issues, right? Obviously, violence, starvation, weather, theft. So let's take care of the. Let's take care of the economy, right? Let's get to where McDonald's is affordable. Let's get to where rent is affordable, and let's let things shake out, But let's get Trump back in there. Again, Harris, again, we want as many mixed and black people moving upward in the United States as possible. We always need black and brown people to move upward in the United States. It's mandatory for survival, But that being said, laughing things off, you're just sitting around laughing on the podium, and we got real issues. This is different than an HR meeting. If you're like a jolly little HR manager, then yeah, you can laugh problems off because they're just HR problems and it's all lukewarm aggression. But we got really bad issues in the United States. It is a third world country. It's a third world country with good internet and the high probability, or the most probability for success. So, but until you reach success, it's a third world country, right? We got good plumbing too. Speaking of plumbers, we got good plumbing. And again, to circle the wagon, just to touch base on this, again, if you're just now logging in, if you need a plumber, are you gonna go with the girl that's like happy and jolly and makes you feel all warm and fuzzy about real problems, or are you gonna go with the guy that's gonna get in with a wrench and fix the issue, right? Trump is most likely to fix the United States better than anyone because he'll do it from an economic standpoint. And yeah, again, that's a long monologue, but thank you for asking, Caleb. He says 2016. Yeah. That was 8 years. Man, that's funny how time flies. But Caleb, thank you for asking. Oh, see, now here's the thing. Okay. People, how do you say? It's popular to say that Trump made racism worse. But it's actually a part of their genome, you know? And, it's almost like a lot of Americans want blue ribbons for not burning crosses on people's yards or not yelling the N-word in public. Bro, they're still different. Like, racism is a passive-aggressive thing, right? It's like the ocean, just whoosh, wave after wave. It's a passive aggression, and it is built into the European portion of the planet. It is just a mechanism for their survival, because they can't outbreed anybody. So they have to use other mechanisms for their own survival. And it's sad that they're like that. There's good white people, J.J. Redick, Thomas Jefferson, my family. Probably met 200 good white people in my life, over the past few decades. There's good white people, but they answer to the verminhood, right? And the hideous nature of that kind of Eurocentric racial group that is insidious throughout the United States. Now, are there good parts? Yes. We have the NBA. The NBA is a direct byproduct of American racism, but we all watch it, right? The NBA, the NCAA is a beautiful product, and it's the best on the planet. So that a broken clock will be right twice a day. The NBA, rap music, phenomenal. In fact, American music in general, phenomenal, right? We have the best music on the planet, got the best movies on the planet, and the best athletes on the planet. All of that is a byproduct, of, American racism. And so a broken clock will be right twice a day. That's fine, But in general, we got to get Trump back in there, because has he made racism worse? Maybe a little bit, but if that's already in their DNA, it's just a matter of time, right? Anytime you're around more than 4 or 5 white people, you're gonna experience some passive aggression, and it's directed at you, and it stops being incidental. After a certain amount of years, you're just like, oh, this is deliberate, and it's passive aggression, right? It's passive aggression. So, and it's very directed in one direction, 99 times out of 100 directed in one direction. So it is in their genome. And if you walk around in the American public in certain areas, it's irrefutable. It is irrefutable in your day-to-day public existence. Now, is there worse things than racism? Yes. Violence and theft being the primary things, right? So if you want to avoid violence and theft, maybe you better go around some white people, right? So again, it's a double-edged sword, but yeah, again, those are long answers to a basic question, but thank you for listening and thank you for asking. Caleb, thank you. The feedback is what makes the lives brack, and we're gonna save this. You know, we're gonna save this YouTube live, and you know, that's a monologue that needs to be heard by Americans, black, white, brown, and Asian. They need to hear that, right? So we're gonna save this live, you know, and we appreciate Caleb for asking. Thank you for asking, and we're gonna scroll. Let's see here, being homeless choice. Okay, Raw, are you in the United States? Or are you American? And are you a subscriber? So are you American? Are you in the United States? Are you a subscriber? Did you get here on the live scroll center for on the newsfeed? So yeah. So feedback is what makes the lives brack. We just went on a long monologue, but again, we're voting for Trump. So we voted for him last time. We voted for Hillary the first time. Obviously, we voted for Obama, but we voted for Hillary, and then we voted for Trump last time, and we'll vote again in November for Trump again to try to fix the United States. See if he can do it. You know, see if he can do it. It's like, you know, someone said on the internet, they were like, go to a Trump, if you're a brother, go to the Trump rally without any of the gear on and without saying anything and see what happens. And yeah, see what happens. And it was like an eye-opener, because it's like, oh, well, yeah, then you're just surrounded by white people, right? And you draw the ire, so to speak, right? Now, if you're decked out in Trump gear and shouting a bunch of pro-Trump things, then you can go to a Trump rally just fine, black or white. But like, if you're a brother and you just want to go in your normal clothes and you just kind of mind your business, then there's going to be some people minding yours, and it'll be a direct representation of what it is to be in the United States in general. So like a microcosm. And again, we're saving this fucking live, right? We are glad to answer that question. Any racial questions or American questions, which go hand in hand, because we are a very racially charged country. If it's not race, then it's sex, you know? You know, if we're lucky, then it's economy. If we're lucky, then it's if it's economy, then yeah, we economics, we do that. And so yeah, but we're gonna save the live, because that's a monologue that people need to hear. And people are so afraid of me, of pimping the American Phoenix, that they would listen to that and then just hope it goes away, as opposed to like you know, sharing it or even responding to it and interacting with it. You can interact with it. If you want to gaslight it, if you want to try to gaslight pimping, you can try. People have been doing it since the 10th grade, but you can try. You know, if you want to try to, you know, people try to go at pimping, like people try to go at the Phoenix as we're literally fire. But people try, you know. But either way, that just propels the traffic upwards. So we're all for it, you know. Gaslighters, haters, you know. Now, if there is a situation where we have acquaintances, obviously we'll take that opportunity, but that's just so few and far between, let alone friends. Friends is like, oh my gosh, hell no. It's like, wait, what even are those? But if there are acquaintances, you know, lions, American lions, then obviously we'll take that opportunity to take that opportunity, because they are few and far between. So again, thank you for asking. 7:19 West Coast, American Standard Time, 14 people here. We've been going live last 4 days, predominantly on YouTube. We're going to answer this question because these are some good feedback points. So yeah, Caleb, he says that the feedback, or the insight, my fault. The insight, my fault about that. The insight is interesting. Sort of enigma in terms of your broader economic, political positions. Oh, well, Caleb, first and foremost, we are a Democrat. We vote Democrat up until Trump, right? We voted Democrat up until you had to be gay, pretty much just gay, to be Democrat. At this point in time, modern day, you actually have to be LGBTQ to vote Democrat. It's a sad turn of events because, it could be cool to be a Democrat, right? Like back with Obama, obviously that was the thing to be, right? It was cool, it could be cool to be Democrat, but the way that the United States has turned, you just have to be gay, or else what dog in the fight do you have outside of gay rights? Why would you vote Democrat? Like, it's ridiculous. And if you walk in, you talk about being a brother in the United States, go into a gay city like Portland and just go into establishments and see how it is for you. Like, it is insidious, right? Now, they live their lives like that because they have to live in the closet, right? Or have, or do, or will, whatever. But so they're fine being insidious, but they're like that towards you. And so it's almost impossible to go into Portland anymore, So again, we get on these long tangents, but these are good questions. Appreciate Caleb for being here, because they need to be answered. And he says, are you a libertarian? Whoop-de-whoop. Libertarians are some of the smartest people in the world. American libertarians would be the smartest guys that there are, but in the real world, it's the people that go the hardest. And so as smart as libertarians are, and they are smarter than everybody, American libertarians are smarter than everybody, plain and simple. And, Ron Paul, shout out Ron Paul, but in reality, you need guys that go hard, right? You need guys that go hammer. You have to go really hard and really long, in life. That's how it works. Being smart is only a small piece of the pie. So is Ron Paul really smart? Of course. He was probably the best candidate for president. But if people go harder that you're around, then the people that you're around will be succeeding because they're going harder, right? So being smart is cool. Libertarians, it's great to talk to them. It's great to learn what they say because they say basic things that are just, wow, profound, because they're smarter than everyone. So they make difficult things easy. And that's part of being libertarian in the United States. But in reality, there's just too few of them, and they go medium instead of hard. Whereas like Democrats and Republicans go hard, right? So, it sounds great to be a libertarian, but in reality, there's just too few of them, and they all go medium. They all just, they go medium. You have to go really hard in order to succeed. And so, but yeah. Yeah, maybe. Let's see here. So yeah, let's circle the wagon one more time on Caleb's question. So, first and foremost, we're a Democrat, but we voted for Trump last time, and we're voting for Trump this time, because now you have to be LGBTQ to vote Democrat, or else what are you doing, really? Let's be honest. And again, if there's any libertarians that want to talk, we'll talk to you, because you're going to teach us something, because those are the smartest on average, the smartest Americans are those guys, you know, but there's just too few of them. So plain and simple. And Mitch McBride, we've had a few questions. You know, are you on the scroll feed from the news feed on the Scroll Center, or do you subscribe? Mitch McBride, you know, we would say the question, but we just spent like 15 minutes answering it. So we're going to move on. But Mitch McBride, thank you for being here. And to Pete Wisniewski, thank you for the shout out. Johns Wisniewski. Yeah. Pete Wisniewski. Okay. Thank you for the shout out. We had to sound that out. But thank you for the shout out again. And thank you for being here. The feedback makes the lives brack, you guys. Let's get it going. We're live, moving traffic. And first name says, yeah, obviously, bro. Everybody does. That's why we're here, because people know what time it is. So, oh, in a second. Actually, my dad used to live in Tulsa, and there's women there. There's women in Tulsa. We would go there in a second. If someone gave us a house in Tulsa, we would go there in a second, bro. Like literally today. We would hop on the plane today if someone gave us a house in Tulsa. There's women there, you guys. But Tulsa has women, you guys. We were walking around like, damn, these Midwest type, South type women are fine, bro. So, yeah, let's get it going. 2016 was Trump. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. In a second. Tulsa, Oklahoma. They had women. My dad was there. We visited him. That was during the pandemic, but yeah. So, ready? Boop. Let's get it going with Pete Wisniewski. That's so funny. Look what Pete Wisniewski said. That's so funny. First name is here. Type in random comments. Whoa. First name. Why would you type that and give an example? Give an example right now. First name, if you're still here, give one example. Are you foreign or are you American? See, bro, here's the thing. With trolls, we'll talk to trolls because what they do is ratchet the traffic up. So it's like, we'll take it, you know, but still, he's got to explain his feedback right there. Like who would give a more thorough diagnostic than we just gave in those last 18 minutes? Like name someone. Maybe Jon Stewart. Maybe a guy whose profession it is to do that. Maybe Jon Stewart can out monologue Pimpin', but that's it. It's like, but yeah, Pete Wisniewski's here. First name, elaborate, please. And then say, what about, oh, yeah. There's that. The DL is real, Pete Wisniewski. Thank you for saying that. So, DL is real. Pete Wisniewski, thank you for that. First name says, give an example, first name. Okay, Pete Wisniewski says, do. Yeah, they do, Pete Wisniewski. Of course they do. Isn't that obvious? Of course, bro. That's obvious, right? Unless we're mistaken, but Pete Wisniewski, let me know. Nico says, should firearms be... That's so funny. There's too many, there's a little too many guns to ban them, right? How would we ban something that like or 2/3 of people have? How would you ban that? But KFO is here, KFO Gaming, Nico. He said, should firearms be banned? Bro, we got footage of firearms. We've held the poll on video. on surveillance video. We've held the hammer, just attached a pole and walked around with it in HD, bro. Semi-automatic attack spray, y'all. Liquid Source Singer say all AWOL. So that's a funny question. Nico or Nico? That's funny. KFO Gaming says HY. Yeah, Adelante. Oh! All right, we got now that person is typing in Korean, and we're gonna read it. Okay, it goes Yong Cha. So we're gonna read this Korean little sentence. It says, yeah, Yong Cha, Yong Cha. Yongcha. Maybe that means something in Korean, but we read it because we read Korean. So now here's the thing, bro. With same-sex marriage, first of all, if marriage is already hell on earth, so if they want to do that, let them visit hell. Like, marriage is already bad. If they want to be a part of that, then okay. They can receive little tax benefits if they want to go through hell. So that's so funny. But yeah. Pete Wisniewski, first name. See, now here's the thing. We had a troller last live. We went live a couple hours ago, probably like around 5 o'clock, maybe 5:30. They trolled us and then they left, right? The guys that are trolling, like first name here, first name, last name here, that's his name. If he's going to troll like that, he should stick around and troll. So we could obviously dismantle him verbally, but instead he bounced. He really did bounce. He really did bounce, bro, like after trolling, which proves that he was trolling. So, Caleb, thank you for being here. That's a funny question. Marriage is already hell. So, Olympica! That's so funny. Yeah. Now, are you Korean or do you just have Korean writing? Because we lived there in 2009 and 2010. We lived in Korea, man. So, looking back, it was one of the best years of our life, man. Top 5. If we had to rank our years in life, that year in Korea would be top 5. So, great friends, bro. Yeah. Interesting, man. So, yeah, 38 minutes live. We've been productive on these lives, bro. This is way better than Instagram, you guys. Instagram is such bullshit. We'll go live here, bro. So, first days. Desiring of anything of value. Do your moral. Well, bro, everyone knows right and wrong. See, that's the thing. Either you have high integrity or low integrity. I guess, or somewhere in between. But like, if you have integrity, obviously life is gonna knock you down because you're remaining steadfast, and life is just gonna knock you down. But it might do that either way, whether you have bad integrity or integrity. So, just a guy that is so thoroughly sincere, So to say morals or ethics, it's predictable to have someone say mom and dad, but had a mom and dad, so very lucky, right? If you have a mom and dad, you might not need to go steal a bike when you're 11 because you have a mom and dad, right? So if you have a mom and dad, you might not need to steal, right? So You know, you might not need to fight because you have a mom and dad, you know. And then you get friends that also have mom and dads, and they're also high achieving, and it's like the rich get richer, well, the best get better, right? And so, you know, got lucky to have a mom and a dad and be a middle class guy, American, Sacramento to Beaverton. Got lucky from that standpoint, so was afforded the opportunity to have high integrity. In terms of morals and ethics, those words are a little bit, those are ambiguous, man, because there's bad people that would pronounce themselves highly moral and highly ethical, but they're bad. But they would self-proclaim themselves as moral and ethical, right? And for example, let's be honest, my business partner, Super Handles, a devout Christian, a devout American Christian, he's hoarding millions of dollars after excommunicating from a 14-year business partnership. Him and his family excommunicated the guy you're looking at right now. That is the most devious thing in the history. That is so devious. It's devious times 100. It's sadistic. Okay? And he's devout. So, you know, you would look at him and be like, wow, you're so moral and ethical. Bro, he's selling videos of pimping around the planet for money, hoarding the money, and excommunicating the guy who he's selling videos of. Bro, sadistic, bro, you talk about, that is the most sadistic thing to happen in my life, to pimp it. Like, now we're lucky because if that's the worst thing to happen to you, then okay. But bro, that is next level. And he is devout, right? So when someone asks us about our morals and our ethical principles, we like to turn to the words, integrity, because that's what we are. We're the same here as we are to our mom, as we are to our acquaintances and fans. We're the same. Strippers, right? You know, homeless people, famous people, we're the same, right? Because we are the same all the way through. And that's the definition of integrity. Now, morals and ethics, well, bad people would maintain that they have morals and ethics, and they're bad. You know, we got one of the most sadistic people of my whole life, who is a devout American Christian. And he's selling videos of his business partner of 14 years online while excommunicating alongside his family like a united front. That is sadism. Okay, that is so fucking hideous, bro. And it brings us to our next point, because we're on Homeless Day 4. Thank you for asking. As far as religion, well, you're talking to God right now, so is that religion? You're talking to God right now. So let's get it going into ready. Pete Wisniewski says, Johns, you seem down. Have the troll. Well, of course, you know, like, here's the thing. We interact with the trolls and the haters and the Judases. We interact with them. We're human, you know, and in some cases, they offer good opportunity. So take the good with the bad, right? We just have to learn some hard lessons along the way. But 44 minutes, 24 people, 7:39 West Coast American Standard Time. Pete Wisniewski. This is normal stuff, man. This is normal stuff. Pete Wisniewski, this is very normal. Videos, we have videos. That is true. Pete Wisniewski, thank you for asking. We have videos, lots of them. So, yeah, great questions. Again, these lives the last few days since we've become homeless have really been active, bro. We've had some good topics. Bat Scan, Avian been here. people log in. So, and we will be saving this live. You know, those are monologues that people need to hear. In Oregon, people are afraid of it because it's coming from Pimpin'. That's fine. We'll keep going. We'll keep performing. So, and that same monologue, you'll hear it from us a year from now too, right? Because someone will ask that same question, and we'll say the same thing. That's the definition of integrity, right? The same throughout. And so, normal stuff, Pete Wisniewski. This is normal. Videos, yep, we have those. And then say, that's so funny. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we would have to charge. So we would have to charge. For us to give that information, we'd have to charge, Caleb. So we would tell somebody, you know. But we might have to charge, because that information is so valuable that because people do things with that information. So that information is like, we'd have to charge, you know, our being, and that's part of what we do in general, is have a network of females, you know, males too, but sexually, you know, females specifically. But in general, it's males too from day to day, but our network. But obviously from intercourse, it's just females. But we would have to charge to answer that, but yeah. So, Caleb, thank you for asking. Into Pete Wisniewski, selling videos of what? If you're talking about super handles, then it's instructional basketball. Instructional basketball videos over the past. See, now here's the thing. It's actually, our relationship was 14 years, right? From 2007, when he said, you know, hey, we're at Western Oregon University. He was like, we're going to go around state to state talking to work, right? That's when a business partnership started, and it went through 2021 until, you know, he brought his vermin in and did what he, needed to do. And so, you know, we stopped talking for a little bit, but they never blocked. Him and his family never blocked us. It was just, they just kind of went on being millionaires, right? And which was easy because they got to be millionaires, and we were like, oh, are you guys done? But recently they excommunicated, right? And so it's actually more than 14 years if you think about it. But 14 years for sure, as far as the partnership goes, is yeah. So instructional basketball DVDs. Pete Wisniewski, thank you for asking. And again, superhandles.bomb, instructional basketball DVDs for sale around the planet. Let him get his money. Let him get his money. So videos of what? Pete Wisniewski. Marshall's here. Yep, Marshall's here. Okay, can we get the full details of what happened with... Bro, we talk about it all the time. Our business partner became a multimillionaire, excommunicated with his family. Welcome to Homeless, day 4. So... welcome to Homeless, day 4 in Beaverton. So if we were to say full details from the years of 2007 to 2024, that would take like 90 minutes just to say the details, right? But in a nutshell, One guy became a multimillionaire and excommunicated another guy that he had known since 2007, since the inception of a business partnership that started at Western Oregon University in our living room. So, long story short, shoot, maybe he forgot. Doubt he was devious back then. What kind of 23, 24-year-old is really devious like that? He probably became devious or sadistic because now we're just now in our 40s, right? So just recently, obviously, but 40's the new, what's 40? The new 34, so LeBron's about to be 40, so. But yeah, Pete Wisniewski, from 2007 to 2024, how do we it would take 90 minutes and even then we'd still forget things because it's over 2 decades, right? So yeah, Pete Wisniewski, thank you for asking. Well, the reason is the threshold of multi-million-dollar status. If, for example, if you let's say you're in your 20s and you're starting a business, it's easy to split up $1,000, right? It's easy to split up $1,000 because the guy who did the most work, or the guy who owns it, the guy who. Yeah, either the guy who did the most work or the guy that owns it, take the bulk of the $1,000. You split up the $1,000, that's 1 + 1. But bro, how do you split $1 million? How do you do that, right? So long story short, when you're making multi-millions, what you do is you just kind of remove people that have a different last name than you and your family. Right? And so that happened. And shout out to him for being a millionaire. But why excommunicate with your family too? That's the worst part, bro, is that the family, the wife, the sister, the dad, the mom, all excommunicated. That means it was premeditated, you guys. That's premeditation. They were united front the whole way through, bro. So, yeah, man. Homeless in Beaverton, day 4. Still going viral. Still talking to women. Still promoting, marketing, and upselling. And so, yeah, that's what excommunicate means. Pete Wisniewski he has some squirrely questions. He asked what excommunicate means. You got communicate, right? So, yeah, that's so squirrely. He said, "What do you mean excommunicate?" Well, the English language is almost as well defined as any. So, pretty well defined. So, yeah. That's so funny. He said, "What do you mean excommunicate?" Well, we mean that. That's the word we meant to use. But so yeah, man. It adds to the folklore. It adds to the folklore. $7:49, 54-minute live. These YouTube lives are so much better than Instagram. It's ridiculous, bro. We just got to try to figure out how to get some dimes in here. Dudes are cool, but we need dimes in here, bro. It needs to be a work live. So, yeah. Pete Wisniewski, difficult name to pronounce there. And Baleb says, "Is there anything you could have done differently, or is everyone just kind of not?" Well, bro, yeah, we could always behave differently. Like, we could always behave differently, but, you know, Super Handles chose to gentrify his business. Um, and gentrification is a normal part of American day to day, especially modern wise. You know, gentrification is a normal part of day to day life. So we're not mad at that. Gentrify your business, get your money, but damn, why did you excommunicate? The blocking is what it's like. The blocking is wild. So, yeah. Now, of course, there's different, obviously, you could have done different things, but yeah. So, so now that he's got his gentrified business partners, you know, what they are would be like yes men or willful subordinates. And, you know, uh, one of the guys is Vermin. The other guy is actually my teammate at Western Oregon University. He's actually my teammate. And he's cool. He's okay. You know, he's a decent guy. In fact, he's a good guy. He's a little too excited to gentrify Super Handles, but, you know, he's still a good guy. So those are the new business partners. And that's what it is. So, but one of the guy is Vermin. His name is Sadvis the Adulterer. And if you guys ever want to, in fact, you can ask Super Handles himself. Ask him about Sadvis. Again, it's sad, like the emotion. Sad, this, like the suffix of Travis. So Sadvis, and then the Adulterer. That's his name, Sadvis the Adulterer, because he used to commit adultery at our house back when we were living together, bro. Like, and now he's the business partner of Super Handles. It's like, what the fuck? Holy gentrification. But yeah, bro, that's what it is. Gentrification, wild out at Super Handles, and now they're doing their little gentrification thing, whatever they do at gentrification oriented places. So 7:52 West Coast American Standard Time, going on an hour. 16 in the comments, or 16 in the feedback, so that means it's productive, way more than Instagram. So yeah, we're gonna get to the feedback. And again, Caleb, thank you for asking. Yeah, there's things we could have done differently, but hey, the Phoenix is gonna Phoenix. The Messiah is gonna American Messiah. And so it goes into Pete Wisniewski on the comments, who says, was the excommunicated spurred by a specific? It was spurred by him becoming a multimillionaire. And then in order to scaffold the excommunication, it started with, he brought in fact, we fucking posted on Instagram, and here too. He brought in some random, rural guy to, he was like tackling me when we were playing basketball, and we posted the footage because that's what we do. We have footage at Super Handles. That's part of what we do, is have footage of us playing basketball. So we posted the footage, right? And it was good because we got to see what side the Super Handles was going to take, which means it, was it premeditated? Did he bring in a hired gun? And that was back in late 2020, maybe early 2021, and we were just like, fuck. But that was just square one. And then my teammates, they would start showing up, and it was funny because they just started showing up to Super Handles barn. It's like, where you guys been the last fucking 10 years? Where you been? you want to be here now that it's active, now that we got Operation Johns, we got, automated business going. Now you want to come? So these are my teammates from Western Oregon University, and they're still there now. And so we were like, yeah, that's cool. We were all buds in school, but if you want to sneak into the barn behind my back, then that's fine. But again, that's fine. We still kept playing and whoop-de-whoop, and it evolved into, I guess you could say, my highlights were being withheld at that point. Get to like 2021, 2022, my highlights were being withheld, right? So like his Super Handle's highlights are going on the news, obviously going on the internet, but they're going on the news too. But like my highlights were just staying on his hard drive. It's like, bro, will you post my fucking highlights, right? And again, it's passive aggression, right? Because these are all this is all the foreshadowing to the gentrification that occurred most recently, and right before the excommunication. And so, but that's because like we're filming for a reason. We got the surveillance going for a reason, and then for my highlights to just be held hostage, especially when you're selling my footage of basketball instructional videos on your website or on our website, but your bank account, it goes to your bank account. So it's just like, yeah. But yeah, it eventually led to a whole family blocking Garrett Johnson. And so yeah, to circle the wagon, if we had to say a specific event, it'd be the hired gun, that rural little vermin that was tackling us while we were playing basketball. And then Super Handles chose sides. He chose sides, right? Which makes it pretty obvious that was a hired gun. He was brought in to ruffle the feathers, or to shake things up, and he succeeded. Because who are we to expect that that's going to happen? A guy coming in tackling you, and he's little. So if we fucking knocked him out, we would have been the aggressor, right? Not that we fight anyway. Like we try to avoid fights at all costs. But if in the hypothetical that we did swing on him, it would have been a 6'7" guy, 6'7", 200 plus, punching a guy that's 6'2", 150 plus, and so he played possum, hired gun, but that's what it is, so if it was a specific event, that would have started it, but it was all put into motion. It was all premeditated, and you can tell because the whole family excommunicated. So premeditated as fuck. So thank you for asking. Pete Wisniewski. Taking you, specific event, sudden, more gradual, but yeah, if we had to say a specific event, it'd be the hired gun, little rural vermin tackling pimping during basketball. Pete Wisniewski, thank you for asking. Yeah, we got some treats. So, Sadvis the adulterer, yeah. Sadvis the adulterer. So, we might get going. We got a troll here. Bow Dragon the troll. So, unless that's a fine girl that's serious. Is that a really fine girl, or is that a troll? But, so, all right, 13 people here. We'll wait for some feedback. Otherwise, we're going to get going. Thank you for being in the live. We are going to save this. We had some good topics. Started with daylight, and now it's nighttime. That means you go hammer. 64 minutes. So, great live. Thank you for asking those questions, guys. Prompting the monologues that need to be heard. And again, Chairman 96. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've had some good lives these past 4 days. Way better than Instagram. Bro, it's been so long since we've had good lives. Instagram is such bullshit that, gosh, we might have to just give Instagram a break, man. But we're gonna get going, guys. We'll wait for any last second feedback, but other than that, we're gonna get going. Monologues on fire today. Caleb said, well, yeah, bro. Yeah, Caleb, where are you at, bro? Are you in the United States? Yeah, obviously, bro. We're gonna be thriving, Caleb. We thrive. We're getting drunk right now. Are you joking? Caleb and the chairman who says word. Oh yeah, there's work on. There's yeah. There's work on Instagram. That's why, if I honestly, bro, let's be honest. That's why we're there, because all the Instagram models and talking to women. Yeah, just talking to women, bro. That's why we're there. Let's be honest. But the lives are trash. The Instagram lives have become recently trash, right? Yeah. So, Caleb, are you you seem American. Are you American or what? But yeah, we're out here getting drunk right now, outdoors, bro. So, all right, guys, we'll give it 10 seconds for feedback, and then we'll go live later tonight, because these lives be bussin'. These lives be bussin', especially compared to Instagram. Instagram is so weak that it's like, fuck. But, all right, man. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. Thank you for being in the live. So, let's see here. Oh, well, yeah, Bela, bro. Yeah, well, that's life. That's what life is. G has skills. He'll be, well, obviously. Yeah. That's, again, Baptin obvious right there. Bearman 96. That's obvious. So, nah, Caleb, that is what life is. In fact, one time a Nigerian guy was telling me that, up until like 100 years ago, they would hand a 12-year-old a spear and say, you only get to be back here with a lion. You have to go take a spear and bring back a lion. But yeah, so life is brutal. Life is so brutal, bro. They hung Jesus they crucified Jesus, they assassinated MLK. Bro, life is so brutal, and we're living it right now. It's now it's obviously it's different than an assassination. That's the worst. But like obviously a crucifixion is worse too. But like it's brutal. You're dealing with sadistic Americans, And again, that guy Superhandles was in my life for 14 years. Like since graduation at Western Oregon University, pre-graduation, started a business, But hey, it adds to the folklore, and it goes back to even Andrew Ballahan, right? Another Judas, Jack Wagner, another Judas. Even recently, World Star Hip Hop bullshitting us in our DMs, Adult Swim bullshitting us in our DMs, right? MTV, at least MTV posted our footage on ridiculousness. We'll give them that. So, but there's just so much bullshit. You got a fucking nation full of rodents and hideous excuses for humans, right? So, yeah, but oh yeah, Caleb, yep. Yeah, we got to visit. YT, we got to visit. Oh yeah. Yeah, bro. Bearman 96. So probably we have our folklore is like the actual apex of American folklore. Outside, there's way worse. There's people whose family have been decimated. There's way worse, right? But as far as our, 10 years of fame and folklore, it's really up there. And it's mandatory in order to be the American Messiah. This is it, right? We're looking at it in real time. And that's real. Bearman, thank you for that comment. And yeah, Andrew Ballahan, Judas, Jack Wagner, Judas, Super Handles, Judas, have had family members Judas. And, these local Portland rappers that they're Judas too, but they're local. So it's like they're inconsequential. They're almost like local Portland rappers are kind of like almost pathetic, right? But they still switched, right? They still displayed their inferiority, right? And so, it's been a legit 16 to 18 Judases over the past 10 years. It's wild. But again, thank you for acknowledging that. Now, YT says John Scott did get Africa. Yeah, we'll go to Africa. We'll go there. So, Bailib's here. Thank you for the questions. Yeah, c'est la vie.